From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready.
And we are underway from Cincinnati.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's Burrow to throw right away.
Flushed out right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Here's Burrow. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. And it appears they'll go for it here on fourth down. A big call on the game's opening drive. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got this down to the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Burrow throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Burrow going for it on fourth. He's got his target. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So after the conversion on fourth, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Yoshibas. They can't tackle it. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Andre Yoshibas, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive, maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
To throw, it's May. They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On play action, May.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt to the backfield.
Now 3rd down and very long. Throwing here is May.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw. May. Oh, that is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
To the air, May.
Flush to his right. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
On 4th down, on comes Joey Sly for the Patriot field goal.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now it's Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase, 83 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McPherson on for the point after.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
What's up?
Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and
Good.
needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10.
Eluding the pressure right.
I'm
And that's going to be
doing good.
incomplete.
How about you?
Tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll just get rid of it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's May. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. They'll throw with May.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Saints back at the 3. Well, the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And they go play action with May.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
The Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Still fighting for more.
And the Bengals are going to get it back here just past the 35. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just Steelers look to get this thing to the locker room. O'Shane Ximines coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw. Brown. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Looking deep here for Chase. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. They go play action now. May. That one on the money to Bourne downfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Kendrick Bourne, 58 yards. And the Patriots come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. In motion left, the tight end. May going to try to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and the deficit stays right where it is. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bengals drive about to get going. Here we go. Now Burrow. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 54 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one on to the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals add 6 to their lead.
route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. From the shotgun, May with it. That's Bourne. Got it on the slant. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun, it's May. Escaping the pressure right. And not enough on the throw that time as that one is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll try and throw for it with May. Short pass caught by Henry. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes that'd be real.
And he'll be taken down by the Baylor pressure. Sam Hubbard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. The tight end Henry here in motion. From the shotgun, it's May. He's going to look downfield for Henry. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Look at the big fella go. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Hunter Henry, 79 yards. And the Patriots are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. May going to try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Sly set to boot it. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open.
And he'll take this into the end zone from the Eagle TD. Chase Brown, 65 yards. And the Bengals use the big play to extend their fourth-quarter lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Play action, May. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. Off the play fake. Here's May. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard. They'll run for it. It's Stevenson. Giving to the big tight end on 4th. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Bengals will get the football back. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Brown with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Bengals have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. They'll go in the box as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Burrow on play action. And this one is incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Rolling to his left. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Bengals are able to add on to that lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them,
and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. At the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, but in the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we
Oh, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.